In this video, I'm gonna go over 6 very simple steps that are necessary to run all team meetings. You have a great number of meetings during the week. You may ask yourself, how many meetings do I do? How many meetings do I do with my team? Do I do it with all of them? Do I do it with each one of them? Do I do it by groups? How often should I do these meetings? And then you end up with a bunch of unnecessary meetings in your calendar that are taking time away that can be used and invested in growing your business and building a better team. First step, you do these meetings weekly and do not miss. It's very important that you meet with all the team often enough on a regular basis. More than weekly, it may be an overkill depending on what industry you're in, but in the civil infrastructure space, when you're running projects and you got multiple projects going on at the same time, you meet on a weekly basis. It's extremely important because that way you can talk about the issues that happen during the week, and then you send a message to your team that you're actually on top of your game, on top of your statistics, and you are meeting weekly. And make sure you do not miss. Like if you meet every Monday at 5:30 p.m., then religiously schedule that in the calendar. Make sure that everyone is attending that meeting and you show up to that meeting. You show up on time, you show up for your team, and then you run that meeting on a regular basis. Number 2, I open my all team meetings talking about problems and solutions. You want to make sure that your team feels confident and that they're comfortable talking about the issues that they faced during the previous week. What were the challenges that they faced? What were the problems? What were issues that they had with the contractor or with the client? What were the mistakes that they made? And how were those mistakes handled, right? You don't want to create an environment where all they talk about is problems and they come to you with issues and mistakes they made and they're looking for a solution, but rather, what was the problem that you faced and what did you do? And the reason you do that is because you encourage your team members to take on challenges, right? When you don't create an environment for your team members to share challenges or problems or things that they faced, then they feel that they cannot take some bigger challenges because they're going to be criticized if they fail at doing it. And the truth is that some may fail. Actually, a lot of them may fail. But when you create an environment for them to share what was the problem and how was it resolved, or what was it done, or how is it being resolved, then it provides also a lesson to the rest of your team in case they are faced with the same situation. Number 3, look at the multiple statistics of the areas of your organization and demand participation from your team, right? So you want to send a message to the team that you are watching the statistics and that the statistics matter and that you make decisions in the organization based on the statistics and the trends of that statistic. If the statistic's going up, then you're going to do something. If it's a down statistic, then you're going to do something else. It's not about the emotion or how someone feels or whether we're in holidays or not in holidays, but how is this statistic doing? And then show the multiple statistics of the multiple projects or multiple areas depending on the size of your team, right? So if you have 10 people attending the meeting, you may encourage each of the members to share their statistic and then give you their view on their performance for the previous week. If you have a team of 500 people, then you won't have 500 people sharing their statistics, but you share the main statistic of the area. But it's extremely crucial that you demand participation from your team members. They need to be engaged. They need to talk to you and the rest of the team regarding the performance of that statistic for the previous week. Number 4, look at the statistic for the whole team. Make sure that you have one statistic or maybe 2, but no more than 2, that can show the performance of your organization and the entire team as a whole. Just pick the statistic that you track on a weekly basis that represents the performance of the entire organization. Share that statistic with your team and take the lead in presenting that statistic and show everyone how is the team performing on a week by week basis so that they know where is your organization going. Number 5, set a weekly battle plan for the team. So after you have looked at the statistics of the individual areas, you have presented the statistic of the entire organization. Now, where do we go from here as a team, right? Your team will expect direction, right? On how are they gonna move forward from this point on. I understand that specific areas and multiple individuals, they have their own statistics, so they will have to incorporate their own actions relevant to their statistics, and that's okay, right? So you're gonna have team members that have an up statistic, they're gonna have some things in their battle plans that they have to do to keep that up trend. And then you're gonna have team members that have statistic that is stagnant, then they gotta do something to make that statistic live and move and go up. And then you're gonna have some other team members that have to make some drastic changes because the statistic is down. However, you're gonna have statistic of the whole team, and you would have to create a general battle plan of actions that all the team members should do for the next week. And then last, number 6, and this is a bonus, I love this one, create a bonus game for the team that involves hitting the targets of the whole team, of the whole statistic, right? Just create that game environment in your organization where they're all supporting each other in pushing each other upwards so that you can hit this target that you set. And when they hit that target, and I'm gonna repeat that, when they hit the target, then you distribute a bonus amongst the team members. And you can make up the bonus to whatever works best in your company, your organization, right? So it can be money, it can be time off, it can be a gift, but something. Create a game where all the people that contributed to that hitting of the target, then they will get a piece of that bonus game that you set. I just went through 6 steps on how to run effective all team meetings. All team meetings are essential in the organization if you want to build culture, if you want to tell your team that you're on top of your game, if you want to share your vision, if you want to build a team that is excited to deliver, that it's excited to be able to produce a good product, is excited to be working for you and building great projects for your clients, then all team meetings are absolutely necessary. Now, it's not about all team meetings, right? Sometimes you need to have meetings individually with your team members, especially if you're gonna correct something that someone did, or you wanna check on very details or nuances of projects and you wanna get very granular. So for that, I created a video on how to run one-on-one meetings with your team, and that is lethal. Go watch it now.